Slowly, then suddenly. That's the upwards price movement we will see when Bitcoin approaches all-time highs. Are we entering into the suddenly territory this week, post-election? Hello, I'm Crypto Casey, and welcome to another episode of Last Week Crypto. Every Sunday, we review the performance of the largest cryptocurrencies, the top gainers, as well as the latest global news stories affecting the crypto markets this past week. This week, we will discuss the insane amount of uncertainty in the markets, how the global financial economy is failing and changing, Bitcoin's bullish breakout past 14,000, and how crypto adoption is gaining massive amounts of momentum. To check out the links to all the articles we discuss, go to cryptocasey.com/lastweekcrypto. This week's episode is brought to you by Crypto.com, an exchange with over 55 different cryptocurrencies. On Crypto.com's mobile app, you can buy crypto with bank transfers, credit, debit cards, or crypto at true cost with no markups. Crypto.com also has a desktop exchange that is solely for crypto-to-crypto trading, which isn't available in the US quite yet. If you use the link below to sign up for Crypto.com, you'll receive $25 worth of cryptocurrency for free when you use the referral code CryptoCasey, all while supporting the channel. It's so important to have relationships with multiple exchanges with this incoming bull market. Many times, exchanges have to hold funds, freeze transactions, and lock accounts when they are overloaded with increased demand. And I warn you guys about this almost every video, and we are starting to see this happen just a few days ago. Coinbase goes down as Bitcoin approaches and surpasses, as we will discuss later, 2019 highs. US cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has disabled trading due to feed issues amid Bitcoin's ascension towards 2019 highs near $13,880. So check out my list of recommended exchanges below to sign up so you have multiple options to trade when the crypto market really starts to take off. And note that if you use the link to sign up for Coinbase below, you'll receive $10 worth of Bitcoin for free. Every Wednesday, I conduct a weekly AMA or Ask Me Anything at Instagram.com/CryptoCasey. So use the link to my Instagram account listed below to follow me and ask me anything you want every Wednesday. Please note that I only have one official Instagram account, which is Instagram.com/CRYPTOCASEY. I never engage in direct messages on Instagram. I will never ask you to install mining software on your computer. I will never ask you to send me money or crypto in exchange for trading or investing services. So please be mindful of the rampant amount of social media accounts being made to impersonate people in the crypto space. Awesome. Let's check out Last Week Crypto. Looking at the top cryptocurrencies by market cap over the past week, Bitcoin up 6.4%, ETH down 5.1%, XRP down 5.5%, and Bitcoin Cash down 2.6%. Nice. Looking at the top gainers this week, VeTi up 26.9%, Filecoin up 24.5%, Nexo up 18.8%, and Quant up 11.9%. So there is a ton of uncertainty in the markets right now in the midst of the impending US election, an impending second wave of COVID, and lack of US stimulus. In fact, there is so much uncertainty in the markets right now that private equity titan Henry Kravis says in 50 years he has never seen markets this volatile. Kravis has seen a lot during his half-century on Wall Street, but he says he has never seen turmoil like this. Thanks to COVID-19 and the Fed's attempt to backstop markets for fear that a crash could translate into harm for the real economy, 500-point swings back and forth have become routine. And just to translate what the Fed's attempt to avoid a crash means, in the words of Ron Paul himself, politicians want the Fed to counterfeit more money. The Fed wants politicians to spend the counterfeit money even faster. All are trying to stimulate a broken economy that rests on a foundation of sand, central economic planning. Human civilization, society, and the economy cannot be controlled by Fed price fixers, counterfeiters, and bureaucrats. Freedom and sound money are the only thing that can fix what they have broken. And just in case you forgot what he refers to as counterfeiting is,
we have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name, the artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time.
Don't you just love that hoary speech? I personally can't get enough of it. So while the feds continue to print US dollars, you know what other type of asset got a massive printing of sorts? If you're a gold bug, you may want to sit down for this one. 67 million ounces, world's biggest gold reserves discovered deep in Siberia. Last week, the world's largest stockpile of gold was revealed when Russia's largest gold producer, Polyus PJSC, said its untapped Sukhoi log deposit in Siberia holds the world's biggest reserves. Man, and just think when Elon Musk goes to space and starts mining gold from asteroids. An unlimited supply of gold is not great for the price and ultimately not great as a store of value. Unsurprisingly, central banks dump gold for the first time since 2010. Precious metal drops 9% since August high. A few central banks have started selling tons of gold for the first time since 2010 in order to ease the financial suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic. At the end of the day, Sven the Savage sums up the ugly truth in reality in this tweet. There is no recovery. There never was. They juiced up everything with artificial liquidity, making everyone think the crisis was over. It's not over. We're just at the beginning of profound structural changes that will last for years. The ramifications have yet to be realized, and the United States is woefully unprepared and way behind the curve. The team behind our great POTUS even admits it. Trump administration worried China is leaping ahead of US in adoption of digital currency. There is a growing concern within the Trump administration that US regulators are dragging their feet as China's dominance in the digital currency space accelerates. The Trump administration is now worried that unclear and stringent regulatory policies from the Securities and Exchange Commission are putting American companies at a disadvantage on the world stage. While the United States has been resting on its laurels for quite some time, China has been front-running this whole blockchain technology revolution and taking major advantage of the opportunities in the space. China's digital yuan aims to halt US dollarization, boost retail payments, ex-central bank governor says. Former central bank governor says China's digital currency aims to push back against US dollar hegemony and boost retail payments. So not a bullish outlook for the United States. Even one of the most American companies isn't bullish about America right now. Walmart pulls guns and ammo displays in US stores, citing civil unrest. Retailer says move is a safety precaution, but customers can still purchase firearms and ammunition. Wow, that's disturbing. You know what else is weird? Less than 24 hours later, Walmart returns guns and ammo to store floors, saying civil unrest was isolated. Strange. Kind of reminds me of Trump's stimulus fake-out tweets. Walmart was actually probably onto something though. From Midtown to Portland, businesses are boarding up in anticipation of election night chaos. With Election Day looming just around the corner, America's biggest cities are joining America's biggest social media networks in battening down the hatches in preparation for any unrest that might follow the vote count. Bearish week, wrought with flurries of uncertainties for sure. Who knows what's to come in the next few days? But you know who really doesn't care? Like, at all? Bitcoin bull on a rampage the last couple of days. Bitcoin price hits $14,000 exactly 12 years after white paper released. The highest level since January 2018. Can it hang in spite of all the bearish news around the world? Well, Bitcoin, just 4 days, now 2 days, away from historically bullish 10K price record. If Bitcoin can stay above $10,000 by the day of the US elections, history suggests that $100,000 is next. So if the price of Bitcoin remains over $10,000 until November 3rd, that marks 100 straight days of Bitcoin being over $10,000. However, if we break down and fill that 9.6K CME gap, if we break down below that 9.6K CME gap, I dare say, if Bitcoin drops from here to 6K, some people would still say, I wait for 5.5K. Don't be this guy. Any price below 20K is cheap, because as the entire world falls into complete and utter financial ruin, $250 trillion in assets looking for ideal store of value. A bull case for Bitcoin. MicroStrategy CEO says there is a $250 trillion ocean of assets looking for the ideal store of value right now, and Bitcoin is a better store of value than gold or tech stocks. So a lot of that monetary energy is going to flow from the asset ocean into the crypto pond. And lest we forget about this long-awaited bull indicator, QuantStamp says Ethereum 2.0 ready for launch. Sweet. Let's go ahead and wrap up this episode with a rapid-fire flurry of super bullish news from just this week alone that puts just how fast crypto is gaining adoption and momentum into perspective. Crypto purchases are now live on PayPal. You can see it now on the app. PayPal's new service is a $50 billion stimulus check for Bitcoin, as PayPal said there would be no service fees for buying or selling cryptocurrency through December 31st, 2020, and no fees for holding cryptocurrency in a PayPal wallet. And PayPal isn't the only big institution driving crypto to retail adoption. Coinbase to launch crypto debit card in US for retail spending. Nice. PayPal and Coinbase aren't alone in their efforts to drive widespread adoption of crypto. Square Crypto Grant wants to help take Bitcoin mainstream. Square's latest grant will help a developer design a Bitcoin wallet that is easy to use for crypto newbies. Other financial institutions are feeling the pressure too. JP Morgan launches digital asset with major tech company on board. JP Morgan has officially launched its digital currency, JPM Coin, with a large tech firm on board. JPM Coin will be used by a large unnamed client to power cross-border payments. Sounds like another Ripple scam if you ask me. Godspeed, JP Morgan. Meanwhile, MicroStrategy CEO personally owns $240 million in Bitcoin. Company's BTC profit eclipses other earnings. And eclipses may be an understatement. MicroStrategy has earned $78 million in the last 3.5 years from their business operations. MicroStrategy has earned $100 million in the last 2 months from their Bitcoin purchases. And alongside Kraken, we've got another crypto bank incoming, fam. Avanti unanimously wins Bitcoin banking charter. And across the pond, more banks are taking the plunge. Bitcoin miners in Iran have a new buyer, the central bank. Iran hit hard by sanctions, but brimming with oil and natural gas to supply electricity, turns to cryptocurrency to pay for imports. Whoa, 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 whoa. If that doesn't light a fire under the United States, I don't know what will. But what I do know is Raw Powell knows what's up. Bitcoin's performance is so dominant and so all-encompassing that it is going to suck in every single asset narrative dry and spit it out. Never before in my life have I seen a trade so dominant that holding any other assets makes almost no sense. The macro, flows, technology, demography, and societal strains have all converged to this moment in time, and the definite answer from the market is Bitcoin. I get this sounds a little evangelical, but I'm struggling to see it any other way right now. The supermassive black hole is going to suck in everything. Again, this is the best trade, investment, and future opportunity I have ever found, and it has the power to give the little guy a chance to grab their share of the wealth creation before Wall Street does. Grab it. You heard the man. Grab it. And once you've got it in your hand, know that it's not actually in your hands or control until you get it off the exchange and into a cold storage hardware wallet device. The best time to get a cold storage hardware wallet was yesterday. The next best time is today. So scroll down to the description area below to access the correct and official sites of my recommended hardware wallets. BC Vault is my personal favorite. Another option is the Ledger Nano Backup Pack. So scroll down, check them out. Awesome. Well, that was Last Week Crypto with me, Crypto Casey. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more crypto content. To check out the links to all of the articles we discussed, go to cryptocasey.com/lastweekcrypto. So are you ready for this crazy week ahead? Is Bitcoin going to officially lift off and blow past 14,000? Who do you think is going to win the US election? Let me know in the comments below. Be safe out there.